The spotlight hits my face. 500 people stare at me from the ballroom. The CEO sits front row. My boss stands next to the stage. He's smiling, that confident smile that's haunted me for 2 years. I hold the microphone. My slide deck is loaded. The campaign that won Agency of the Year. The campaign that made Richard Sterling a legend. The campaign that was supposed to be mine. Mr. Sterling, the CEO says, walk us through your creative process. Richard steps onto the stage. He pats my shoulder like I'm his assistant. I am his assistant. Officially, the marketing coordinator who fetches his coffee, takes his notes, makes him look good. He starts talking. Big words, industry jargon. He sounds brilliant. He always does. Then I click to the next slide. Can you explain this metric, I ask? His smile falters. Just for a second. Which one? The conversion rate calculation. How did you derive it? It's complex. Technical stuff. I click again. Another slide. And this strategy framework? What methodology informed it? The CEO leans forward. He's interested now. Richard shifts his weight. Tugs his collar. I'd love to hear the details, the CEO says. Since we're considering you for SVP, Richard's face goes pale. He stutters through an answer. It makes no sense. Everyone can tell. I click one more time. The screen fills with screenshots, emails, timestamps, file metadata. My name on every original document, dated 6 months before Richard's presentation, before he called them his ideas, before he presented them to the board, before he fired me for performance issues when I confronted him. The room goes dead quiet. Richard grabs for my laptop. I step back. Security moves forward. These are my campaigns, I say into the microphone. My voice is steady, strong. Every single one. I have the original files, the research, the client briefs I wrote. The late nights I worked while Richard took credit, while he harassed junior staff, while HR covered for him because he brought in revenue. More slides, more evidence, chat logs where he admits it, screenshots of him stealing others' work too. A pattern spanning 5 years. The CEO stands up. His face is stone. Security, escort Mr. Sterling out. Richard's staring at me. His mouth opens, closes. He looks small suddenly. Pathetic. This is my moment. The moment I've been planning since he destroyed my career, since he made me feel worthless. But let me back up. I got the job at Sterling & Co. 3 years ago, fresh out of college. 21 years old, student loans choking me. My degree in marketing, my portfolio full of class projects, no real experience. The interview was with Richard Sterling himself, VP of Marketing, 42 years old, corner office, awards on the walls, Agency of the Year 3 times. He built his reputation on brilliant campaigns, creative genius, industry legend. He loved my portfolio, called my ideas fresh, said I had real talent, offered me the job on the spot, marketing coordinator, entry level. But it was Sterling & Co., the best agency in Chicago, working under Richard Sterling, learning from the best. I said yes immediately, my first day. Richard gave me a tour, introduced me to the team, 7 other coordinators, all young, all eager, all women. That should have been my first clue. We work hard here, Richard said. Long hours, high pressure. But if you're good, really good, you'll move up fast. I believed him. The first month was amazing. Richard gave me small projects, social media posts, email campaigns, basic stuff. But he praised everything, called me into his office. This is exactly what I wanted. You get it. I stayed late, came in early, wanted to prove myself, wanted to move up, wanted to. Richard assigned me my first real project, a campaign for a fitness brand, new product launch, mid-size budget, my chance to shine. Research, strategy, creative concepts, mock-ups. I poured everything into it, stayed until midnight most nights, skipped lunches. This was my shot. I presented it to Richard in his office. Just us. He watched the whole thing, nodding, taking notes, smiling. This is brilliant, he said. Absolutely brilliant. You're going places, Mia. I felt invincible. The next week, client meeting. Richard presented the campaign. My campaign, word for word, visual for visual. He didn't mention me, didn't bring me to the meeting. Took full credit. The client loved it, signed immediately. Richard got a bonus. I got an email. Great support work on the fitness project. Support work. I created the entire thing. I told myself it was normal. He's the VP. He presents. That's how it works. I'm still learning, still proving myself. But it kept happening. Every project I worked on, every idea I had, Richard took them, presented them as his. Got the credit, got the bonuses, got the praise. I started noticing the pattern with other coordinators too. Sarah worked on a tech campaign. Richard presented it, got promoted to senior VP. Emma developed a social media strategy. Richard published it under his name. Got invited to speak at conferences. We all knew. We didn't talk about it. Scared to lose our jobs. Scared to be blacklisted. Richard had connections, power, reputation. 6 months in, I tried pushing back, gently. Would it be possible for me to present my own work, just to the team, for experience? Richard's face changed. The warm mentor disappeared. Something cold took its place. You think you're ready for that? His voice was ice. You've been here 6 months. I've been in this industry 20 years. When you've earned your place, then you can present. I just thought, don't think, do your job, support the team, learn. That's what coordinators do. He dismissed me. I left his office shaking. After that, things got worse. Richard started criticizing everything. My ideas were derivative. My designs were amateurish. My strategies were unfocused. But he still used them, still took them, still presented them as his brilliant work. I stopped sleeping well, started having anxiety attacks in the bathroom, lost weight. My friends said I looked sick. Just quit, my roommate said. He's toxic. But I couldn't. I had loans, rent, no other job lined up. And if I quit, Richard would destroy my reputation. He'd done it before. To coordinators who complained, who pushed back, who left. He called them unprofessional, not team players, difficult to work with. Nobody hired them after that. So I stayed. And watched Richard build his empire on stolen work. On our work. On my work. I told myself it wouldn't last forever. That eventually, someone would notice. Someone would care.
Year 1. Richard starts touching. Nothing obvious. Hand on my shoulder during presentations. Arm around my waist in group photos. Standing too close in his office. Blocking the door when we talk. I step away. He steps closer.
I make excuses to leave. He finds reasons to call me back. Sarah warns me. He did this to Emma before she left. It gets worse. What should I do? Document everything. But honestly, HR won't help. His wife's college roommate runs HR. I start keeping notes. Dates. Times. What he said. What he did. Where he touched me. Just in case. Year 2. My campaign goes viral. A beverage company project. I created the entire strategy. Guerrilla marketing. Social media integration. Influencer partnerships. It gains 3 million impressions in 2 days. Client revenue jumps 40%. Richard presents it at the quarterly board meeting. Doesn't mention my name. Takes full credit. Gets a standing ovation. The CEO promotes him. Senior vice president. Bigger office. Bigger salary. My idea made it happen. I get nothing. Not even acknowledgement. I email Richard. Professional. Polite. I'd appreciate being credited for my contributions to the beverage campaign. He calls me into his office, closes the door, stands between me and the exit. Are you accusing me of something? No, I did the work. I'd like recognition. You did support work. I developed the strategy. I refined the concepts. I presented to the client. You're a coordinator. I'm the SVP. This is how it works. But you created nothing. His voice is sharp. You executed my vision.
You're lucky to work here. Lucky I gave you opportunities. Most coordinators never touch projects this big. He steps closer. I can smell his cologne. Coffee on his breath. You want credit? Earn it. Stop whining. Stop being entitled. Do your job.
I leave. My hands won't stop shaking. I throw up in the bathroom. Sit on the floor. Cry silently in a stall. I go to HR next day. Talk to Margaret, Richard's wife's friend. Show her my documentation. My original files. My notes. My emails. She listens, takes notes, nods sympathetically. "This is concerning," she says. "I'll look into it." 2 days later, she emails, "After investigation, we found no evidence of misconduct. Mr. Sterling has confirmed that all work was collaborative. We consider this matter closed." Richard knows I went to HR. He doesn't say anything, just smiles at me in meetings, assigns me more work, later nights, tighter deadlines, impossible demands. I'm in the office until 2 a.m. most nights. The bags under my eyes are permanent. I've lost 15 pounds. My doctor says my cortisol levels are dangerous. Stress is destroying my body. My mom calls. "You sound terrible. Quit that job." I can't. I need the reference, the experience, the portfolio. You need your health. But I don't quit. I can't. If I quit without another job, I'm finished. And Richard will make sure nobody hires me. Year 3, the campaign that changes everything. A luxury car company, huge budget, career-making project. Richard assigns it to me. "This is your chance to prove yourself. Don't disappoint me." I work on it for 4 months. Market research, consumer psychology, brand positioning, creative execution. It's the best work I've ever done. Innovative, bold, different from anything in the automotive space. I present it to Richard. He's silent the whole time, just watching, his face unreadable. "Interesting," he finally says. "Leave the files with me. I'll review and provide feedback." I don't hear back for 2 weeks. Then Richard emails. "Campaign approved. I'm presenting to the client Friday." Not we're presenting, I'm presenting. Friday comes. He doesn't invite me to the meeting. I find out later. The client loved it. Signed a 2-year contract worth $3 million. The biggest account Sterling & Co. has landed in 5 years. The agency throws a celebration. Champagne, speeches. The CEO praises Richard. This campaign, this vision, this is why Richard Sterling is the best in the business. Richard gives a speech, talks about his creative process, his inspiration, his dedication. Never mentions me, never mentions the Keem. Takes full credit for everything. I stand in the back, watching, drinking cheap wine, wanting to scream. Sarah finds me. "You okay?" "No, you should leave. This place is toxic." He's never going to change. I know, but I don't leave. 'Cause 2 days later, Richard calls me into his office. The CEO is there. Human Researches. The CFO. "Mia," Richard says. His voice is sad, disappointed. "We need to discuss your performance." My stomach drops. "What?" The CEO speaks. "We've received complaints about your attitude, your work quality, your inability to collaborate." "That's not true," Richard interrupts. "I've tried to mentor you, give you opportunities, but you're consistently underperforming. Missing deadlines, making errors, causing problems with clients." He slides a folder across the desk. "Performance reviews, all negative, all recent, all fabricated. We're letting you go," the CEO says, "effective immediately. Security will escort you out. I can't breathe, can't speak. This isn't happening." Richard's face shows concern, fake sympathy. "I'm sorry, Mia. I really tried with you, but this isn't working out." Security arrives. I pack my desk in a box. Everyone watches, whispers. I'm locked out like a criminal. In the elevator, my phone buzzes. Email from Richard, just to me. "Should have kept your mouth shut. Good luck finding another job." I spend 3 weeks applying for jobs. 50 applications, 10 interviews, 0 offers. Every interview ends the same way. They call Sterling & Co. for references. They talk to Richard, then they ghost me. I finally get an honest recruiter. She calls me back. "I'm not supposed to tell you this, but Sterling is blackballing you. Says you're unstable, stole his work, threatened him when you got fired." My vision blurs. That's not true. He stole my work. I believe you. But he's Richard Sterling, industry legend. You're nobody. No one's gonna hire you against his word. She hangs up. I sit on my apartment floor, staring at my laptop. My savings are gone. Rent is due in 5 days. I have $83. My mom offers money. I take it. Hate myself for it. I'm 24 years old, college educated, talented, and I can't pay my own rent because one man decided to destroy me. I stop showering, stop eating properly, sleep 16 hours a day. My roommate threatens to call my parents, says I'm scaring her. 4 weeks after being fired, I see the news. Richard Sterling wins Marketer of the Year for the automotive campaign. My campaign, the article quotes him. This campaign represents everything I've worked toward. Innovation, creativity, consumer connection. It's the pinnacle of my career. There's a photo, Richard holding the trophy, smiling, surrounded by the team, everyone congratulating him. Living off my work. I throw my phone across the room. It shatters against the wall. I don't care. I scream into a pillow, sob until I can't breathe. My roommate finds me on the floor, calls my mom. They think I'm having a breakdown. Maybe I am. That night, I can't sleep. I open my laptop, start going through my backup files. Everything I created at Sterling & Co. Every campaign, every strategy, every piece of work. I have the original files, creation dates, edit histories, timestamps showing I made everything weeks before Richard presented them. I have emails, me sending work to Richard, him responding with minor changes, then presenting as his own ideas. I have chat logs from the company's Slack. Me and other coordinators discussing our projects, sharing ideas, supporting each other, all time-stamped, all documented. I keep digging. I find Sarah's old files. She shared them with me before she left. Her campaigns, Emma's campaigns. 3 other coordinators who quit. All their original work, all later presented by Richard. A pattern spanning 5 years, dozens of campaigns, millions in revenue, all built on stolen work. I find something else. Articles about Richard's rise. He went from account manager to VP in 3 years. Impossibly fast. Every promotion coincided with a major campaign success. Campaigns that know campaigns they created. The company's Slack has old channels archived. I access them. Find conversations from 6 years ago. Another coordinator, Jessica, talking about Richard taking her work, about going to HR, about being fired 2 days later. More names, more stories, more victims. At least 8 women, all young, all talented, all destroyed by Richard Sterling. My hands aren't shaking anymore. The fog in my head clears. The exhaustion lifts. I'm not crazy. I'm not unstable. I'm not incompetent. I'm a victim. One of many. And Richard's still doing it. Still stealing, still destroying careers, still getting awards for our work. Someone needs to stop him. Someone needs to expose him. Someone needs to show the world who Richard Sterling really is. That someone is me. I open a new document. Start organizing everything. Files, timestamps, emails, Slack messages, names of other victims, dates, evidence, proof. It takes me 3 days, no sleep, living on coffee and rage. My roommate checks on me, sees my face, leaves me alone. I build a timeline. 5 years of theft, 8 victims, 23 major campaigns, all stolen, all credited to Richard, all making him rich and famous while destroying lives. I have everything, undeniable proof, documented evidence. Multiple witnesses, a clear pattern of abuse and fraud, but I need one more thing, a platform, a moment, a way to expose this publicly, undeniably, in front of people who matter. I search company events, find it, the annual Sterling & Co. Gala. 3 weeks away, black tie, all clients invited, all staff required to attend, industry press covering it, live stream for remote clients. The CEO is giving Richard an award, excellence in leadership. Richard's giving a speech about his career, his success, his vision. I need to be there. I need to show everyone. I need to destroy him the same way he destroyed me. But I was fired, escorted out, banned from the building. How do I get in? I remember something. The gala needs temporary staff. Coordinators to help run the event, handle logistics, work behind the scenes. I check the company website. They're hiring freelance event staff. Application closes in 2 days. I create a fake name, new email, fake references, submit my application. Professional, experienced, available. They respond in 6 hours. You're hired. Report to the venue Friday at 4 p.m. I stare at the email, my heart racing. This is it. This is my chance. Richard thinks he won, thinks he destroyed me. Thinks I'm gone forever. He's wrong. I have 3 weeks. I use every minute. First, The evidence package. I organize everything into a presentation. Clean, professional, undeniable. I create a timeline video. Split screen. Left side shows my original files with creation dates. Right side shows Richard's presentations weeks later. Same concepts, same language, same visuals. The timestamps prove everything. I add the automotive campaign, my 4 months of work, then Richard's award acceptance speech. Him claiming full credit. The contrast is damning. I include testimony, written statements from Sarah, Emma, Jessica, 3 other former coordinators, all telling identical stories. Work stolen, credit taken, careers destroyed, all documented. Whoa! 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 All verified. I add the Slack logs. 8 women discussing Richard's pattern, going back 5 years. Everything preserved. Everything timestamped. I add financial data. Revenue from campaigns I created. 23 projects. Combined value, $47 million in client billings. Richard's bonuses from those campaigns, $2.3 million. Money he earned from our stolen work. The presentation runs 12 minutes. Every second is documented proof. No speculation, no emotion, just facts, evidence, truth. I export it, check it 3 times. It's perfect, devastating, career ending. Second, the delivery system. I need access to the gala's AV equipment, the main screens, the sound system. The presentation setup. I arrive at the venue 3 days early. Freelance event coordinator badge, clipboard, professional smile. Nobody questions me. I find the AV booth, meet the tech team. 2 guys in their 20s. I offer to help with setup, test the equipment, learn the system. The CEO speaks at 8:01, tech says. Then Sterling gets his award at 8:15. Then Sterling's speech at 8:30. Perfect. The room will be full. All eyes on Richard. Maximum humiliation. I tell the tech I'm preparing backup slides, just in case the main presentation fails. Want to test the system? Sure. Upload whatever. We'll keep it as backup. I upload my presentation. Label it Sterling Award backup files. Bury it in a subfolder. The techs never check. Why would they? I test it once, late at night, when nobody's around. It works perfectly. 12 minutes of damning evidence on 4 massive screens. I delete the test, leave the file hidden. Ready. Third, the disguise. I can't look like myself. People know me. Richard knows me. Security has my photo from when I was fired. I buy a wig, dark brown, shoulder length, not my blonde pixie cut. Fake glasses, heavy makeup, different style clothes. Business professional, instead of my usual casual. I practice in the mirror. I look different, older, forgettable, perfect. Fourth, the execution plan. Step by step. Timed perfectly. No room for error. 7 p.m. gala starts. I arrive in disguise. Check in as freelance staff. Work behind the scenes. Stay invisible. 8 p.m. CEO speaks. I position myself near the AV booth. Casual. Just another staff member. 8:15. Richard gets his award. Accepts it. Thanks, everyone. Starts his speech about leadership and vision. 8:20. 5 minutes into his speech, I approach the AV booth. Tell the tech there's an urgent update to the presentation. Company emergency. CEO's orders. I have the new files. 8:21. I load my presentation. Override the current one. Hit play. Step back. 8:22. The screens change. My evidence appears. Richard's speech stops. The room sees everything. 8:30. I'm gone. Out the service exit. The sky's removed. In my car. Driving away. Untraceable. I practice the timing. Memorize every step. Every word I'll say. Every movement. Nothing can go wrong. I contact a journalist. Marcus Chen from Chicago Business Journal, known for exposing corporate fraud. I send him an anonymous tip. Attend the Sterling & Co. Gala. Friday night, 8:30. Something big will happen. Bring a camera. He responds. What kind of big? Career-ending fraud. Industry-wide implications. You'll want to be there. He confirms. He'll be there. Press pass. Recording everything. I contact former coordinators. Sarah, Emma, Jessica, others. Tell them to watch the company live stream. Friday night. 8:30. Why? Sarah asks. Just watch. Trust me. Fifth, the backup plan. If something goes wrong, if security catches me, if the tech refuses, I've scheduled the presentation to auto-upload to Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Friday night, 8:35, 5 minutes after the live reveal. Anonymous account, untraceable, with all the evidence, all the documents, all the proof. If the gala exposure fails, the internet exposure won't. Either way, the truth comes out. Either way, Richard falls. I spend the final days preparing mentally. visualizing success, controlling my nerves. This isn't revenge. This is justice. This is protecting future victims. This is stopping a predator. Friday arrives. I dress carefully, apply a disguise, check my reflection. I look nothing like myself. I drive to the venue, park 3 blocks away, walk calmly, badge ready, game face on. This is it. 3 years of abuse, 3 weeks of planning, 12 minutes of evidence. Tonight, Richard Sterling's empire burns, built on lies, destroyed by truth. Tonight, I win. The ballroom is perfect. Crystal chandeliers, white tablecloths, 500 people in formal wear, clients, staff, industry executives, press in the back, cameras recording. The company live stream shows 2,000 viewers, growing every minute. I'm in my disguise, working the registration table, scanning badges, smiling. Nobody recognizes me. Nobody looks twice. 7:30, dinner service. I circulate, pour water, clear plates. Stay near the AV booth. The techs are busy. Focused on the program, not watching their equipment. 8 p.m., the CEO takes the stage, talks about company success, record revenue, industry leadership, thanks the team. The audience applauds politely. 8:15. And now, our Excellence in Leadership Award. This year's recipient has transformed our agency, brought us to new heights. Please welcome Richard Sterling. The room erupts. Standing ovation. Richard walks to the stage. Perfect suit, perfect smile, perfect lie. He accepts the crystal trophy, holds it high. The cameras flash. Everyone's filming. The livestream viewer count hits 3,000. Richard starts his speech. Thank you. This means everything. I've dedicated my career to excellence, to innovation, to pushing boundaries. I move toward the AV booth. Casual steps, not rushing. Just another staff member. My success comes from one thing: vision. Seeing what others can't, creating what others won't, leading when others follow. I reach the booth. The tech is watching Richard, smiling, not paying attention. Excuse me, I whisper. Emergency update to the presentation. CEO's orders. Technical issue with the award slides. The tech turns. What? Nobody told me. Just happened. I have the corrected files. Need to load them now. Before his speech ends, Richard continues. I've built my reputation on integrity, on honest work, on mentoring the next generation. The tech hesitates, looks at his partner. Did you hear about this? No, but check with. There's no time. I keep my voice calm, urgent, but professional. The CEO will be furious if we don't fix this. It's just a slide update. 2 minutes. The tech looks at the stage, at Richard, at me. Makes a decision. Fine. Quick. Load them. I step to the laptop. My hands are steady. I navigate to my hidden folder. Find the file. My finger hovers over the play button. Richard's voice fills the room. Leadership isn't about taking credit. It's about empowering others, celebrating their contributions, building them up. The irony is suffocating. Perfect timing. Poetic justice. I click play. The screens flicker. Richard's face disappears, replaced by text. White letters. Black background. The truth about Richard Sterling. The room goes quiet. Confused murmurs. Richard stops talking, turns, sees the scream. His face drains white. What is this? He says into the microphone. The presentation begins. My voice narrating, professional, clear, calm. For 5 years, Richard Sterling has built his career on stolen work. This is the evidence. Split screen appears. My original files on the left. Timestamps clear. Richard's presentations on the right. Weeks later, identical content, identical ideas, the automotive campaign, my 4 months of work, then Richard's award acceptance speech. This represents everything I've worked toward. My narration continues. Richard Sterling did not create this campaign. I did. Mia Chen, marketing coordinator. Fired for objecting. The tech grabs for the laptop. What the hell is this? I block him. Watch. Everyone needs to see this. More campaigns, more stolen work. Timeline after timeline, creation dates, presentation dates, undeniable proof. The CEO stands up. Turn this off, now! But the presentation is auto-playing. Locked. Unstoppable. 12 minutes of evidence. The live stream viewer count explodes. 5,000, 7,000, 10,000. Testimony appears. Sarah's statement. Richard Sterling stole my beverage campaign, presented it as his own. When I complained, I was fired. Emma's statement. Richard Sterling took credit for 18 months of my work, then destroyed my career when I went to HR. Jessica's statement. Richard Sterling has been doing this for years, to dozens of women. The company protects him. Financial data appears. $47 million in revenue. 2.3 million in Richard's bonuses. All from stolen work. The Slack logs. 8 women, 5 years of conversations. Pattern of abuse. Pattern of theft. Pattern of destruction. Richard's screaming now. This is lies. All lies. Someone hacked the system. He runs toward the AV booth. Security tries to stop him. He shoves past them, reaches the laptop, slams it shut. The screens go black, but it's too late. Everyone saw. Everyone recorded. The live stream captured everything. The room erupts. People standing, shouting, clients leaving, staff crying, phones out, filming everything. The CEO grabs Richard. My office. Now, I can explain. This is someone setting me up. That Chen girl, she's unstable. You're done. The CEO's voice cuts through the chaos. Security, escort him out. Richard looks around wildly, sees the press, cameras still recording, sees the clients, walking away, sees his team, staring at him with disgust, horror, recognition. Marcus Chen from Chicago Business Journal is front and center, recording everything, taking notes, already typing on his phone. Richard sees me, standing by the AV booth. Our eyes meet. Recognition flashes across his face. The disguise, the badge, the plan. You, he points, tries to lunge toward me. Security grabs him, holds him back. I don't run, don't hide. I remove the wig, take off the fake glasses, let everyone see my face. Mia Chen, I say clearly, marketing coordinator, creator of 23 campaigns Richard took credit for, one of 8 victims, one of many he tried to silence. The press surrounds me, questions flying, cameras in my face. I'm ready. Security drags Richard toward the exit. He's screaming, fighting, desperate. My career, my reputation, everything I built. Everything you stole, I say. He stops struggling, looks at me. Destroyed, defeated, empty. They drag him out. The Crystal Trophy sits abandoned on the stage, the Excellence in Leadership Award for a man who led nothing, created nothing, destroyed everything. I give my statement to the press. Professional, factual. I have more evidence, more witnesses. War documentation. Richard Sterling is a fraud, and everyone needs to know. Marcus Chen shakes my hand. This is huge. Front page. Career-defining story. I nod. Good. People deserve the truth. I walk out. The gala is chaos behind me. Police arriving, lawyers calling, the company scrambling, damage control impossible. The live stream viewer count hits 50,000, comments flooding in, screenshots everywhere, the video already viral. I get to my car, sit in the driver's seat, remove the rest of my disguise, look at myself in the mirror. I'm still shaking, but not from fear, from relief, from justice, from power reclaimed. Richard Sterling destroyed my career. Tonight, I destroyed his. The video hits 10 million views in 24 hours. Every major news outlet picks it up. Marketing VP exposed for years of plagiarism. Corporate fraud scandal rocks Chicago agency. 8 women come forward against industry leader. Richard Sterling trends on Twitter for 3 days. The comments are brutal. Screenshots of my evidence everywhere. Industry professionals sharing their own Richard Sterling stories. The floodgates open. Sterling & Co. issues a statement. We take these allegations seriously. Richard Sterling has been terminated effective immediately. We are conducting a full internal investigation. Too late. 6 major clients pulled our accounts. The agency loses $12 million in revenue within a week. Stock price crashes. The CEO resigns. The board brings in crisis management. Richard tries damage control, hires a PR firm, posts a video apology. I made mistakes. I failed to properly credit my team. I'm seeking help. I'm committed to making this right. The comments, you're a thief. You destroyed careers. You belong in prison. He deletes it after 6 hours. The Chicago Business Journal runs Marcus Chen's full story. 4 pages, every detail, every victim, every stolen campaign. The evidence is undeniable. The pattern is clear. Richard Sterling built his entire career on fraud. More women come forward. Not just from Sterling & Co., from his previous agencies, former freelancers, interns, a pattern spanning 15 years, dozens of victims, hundreds of stolen ideas. Law firms reach out, class action lawsuit, fraud, theft of intellectual property, emotional distress. 15 victims sign on. I'm the lead plaintiff. Richard's lawyer tries to settle, offers money. Non-disclosure agreements, we refuse. This isn't about money. This is about accountability. This is about stopping him forever. The case goes public. Media coverage is intense. I give interviews, tell my story, show my evidence. Other victims do the same. The truth spreads. Richard's awards are revoked. Marketer of the Year, pulled. Excellence in Leadership, rescinded. His name removed from Industry Hall of Fame. His conference speaking engagements canceled. His book deal terminated. Everything he built, gone, erased, destroyed. 6 months later, the lawsuit settles. Richard admits fault, pays damages, agrees to never work in marketing again, agrees to public apology, agrees to blacklist removal for all victims. He posts the court-mandated statement. I stole work from my employees. I took credit for their ideas. I destroyed their careers when they objected. I am a fraud. I am sorry. It's not enough. It never will be. But it's something. It's acknowledgement. It's truth. It's permanent record. My phone rings constantly. Job offers. Consulting work. Speaking engagements. Companies want to hire me, not despite what I did, because of what I did. You stood up to power, one CEO says. You exposed corruption. You protected others. That's the kind of person we want leading our team. I accept a position. Director of marketing. At a competitor agency. They heard my story, loved my work, offered me everything. Good salary, real credit, actual respect. My first day, they introduced me to the team. This is Mia Chen. She'll be leading our campaigns. Her work speaks for itself. And yes, she'll always get credit for it. The team applauds. I almost cry. This is what work should be, what it was supposed to be, what Richard stole from me. Sarah joins the company 3 months later. Emma 6 months after that. We rebuild together, we create together, we succeed together, this time, on our own terms. I see Richard once, a year later, at a coffee shop. He looks terrible, aged 10 years. Haunted, broken. He sees me, looks away quickly, tries to leave. Richard, I say. He stops, turns. What? How does it feel? Having nothing, being nobody, watching others succeed while you're forgotten. His jaw tightens. I had a career. A reputation. You destroyed it. No, you destroyed it by stealing. By lying, by hurting people. I just showed everyone the truth. He opens his mouth, closes it, nothing to say. No defense, no excuse. Good luck, I say. You're going to need it. He leaves. I never see him again. People ask if I regret it, if the stress was worth it, if I'd do it differently. I don't regret anything. Richard Sterling hurt dozens of women, stole millions in ideas, built an empire on lies. Someone had to stop him. Someone had to expose him. Someone had to protect future victims. That someone was me. And I'd do it again. Every time. Justice isn't always instant. Sometimes it takes years, takes planning, takes courage, takes sacrifice. But it's worth it. Watching predators fall, watching victims heal, watching the industry change. Richard Sterling thought he was untouchable, thought his reputation protected him, thought victims would stay silent forever. He was wrong. I proved him wrong. We all proved him wrong. And that's the best revenge of all.